Today we had Muhammad Taimoor Ali, who is the COO of BookMe. It's a platform of ticketing, buses, hotels, and flights. Why you're doing what you're doing?
I was fascinated with computers growing up. I was on the internet at 8 years old, and this was a facility or sort of a thing that not many Pakistanis had access to. So I was fascinated with computing, and I knew the richest guy in the world was somebody who solved a lot of problems through digital transformation, and they built products. So I always wanted to build tech products and wanted to be involved in tech because this is something I enjoy. And BookMe is not the first place that I ended up after studying. So I had tried my luck at the places. So we could say that I've found it twice and had some sort of a success, but not as a long performing success as BookMe. So later I was honored to be a part and joined BookMe as the chief operating officer. And why I did that, because BookMe was making history. They were changing how people used to book their travel. Women are able to book their bus tickets or travel tickets, choosing the seats that they want without having to worry that they have to queue up at a very male dominated ticket booth or a terminal. And we enabled access to the marginalized communities through BookMe. So this was something that really fascinated me and warmed my heart, and I wanted to be a part of it and make it grow and scale.
Okay, so you answer my next question. How BookMe maybe is changing really Pakistan? Because I know that mobility, it's a real thing here in Pakistan. It's like one of the biggest problem in general. It's like a big country, a lot of population we're talking about. And also BookMe is tackling another problem, which is tourism that almost doesn't exist much in Pakistan, to be honest. But it's coming. And maybe Pakistan soon will receive tourists from abroad and I really believe in that. So how BookMe is really changing the game in Pakistan first.
Yeah. So as you might know, we started 13 years ago, and BookMe had this idea that people will one day buy tickets online and they wouldn't have to make trips to terminal 1 day or 2 days in advance to have a certainty on being able to board the ticket. So, and this was when there was no 3G or 4G in the country, or it was just being rolled out. The smartphones were just a luxury, and internet penetration at the time was less than 10%. Not a lot of people, not a lot of people believed that this can actually fly and this can actually be how people actually would buy tickets in the future. Because, bus tickets, and bus happens to be a big deal here in Pakistan. Reason being that most of the major population hubs are situated close by, but not too close by. So there's a 3.5 hour or 4 hour drive from the provincial capital, that is Lahore, to Islamabad, which is the country capital.
Right.
And there's no airline connectivity between the two countries, so between the two cities. So people will eventually figure out that buses are the most efficient way in terms of environment and the most cheapest way, convenient way to travel. So buses are a big deal, and they move a lot of Pakistanis every day. And unfortunately or fortunately, most of the bus operators used to operate under the gray economy. They wouldn't want to be a part of the documented economy because they've been doing it. Their fathers have been doing it. Their families have been in this business for, say, 50 years or 40 years or 20 years. So
it's one of the biggest headache in Pakistan and most of emerging market is the gray economy, and it's like just making the digitalization. It's for them a threat actually.
So a lot of people would just ask us to forget the idea, right? And
so when was the trigger? Like when things flips? Because when we're talking off camera about BookMe was really struggling at the beginning, which is normal. The market was not ready. When it really flips, what happened?
I wouldn't use the word struggling, but yeah, it was a long thing.
I mean, there's no internet, there's no phones, so
Eventually
it
it would
was
pick up.
online stuff was a little bit. I mean, like BookMe was a little bit ahead of
Yeah.
the maturity
We
of the
arrived
market.
a bit early.
Exactly.
Too early for this. So that would be the right way to say. So we had this belief that eventually things will go digital because in other markets, this was happening. In other developing markets like India is one, or say Indonesia is one, or Vietnam is one. So there was digital solutions that were picking momentum, and we thought this could happen. And we, in the time, built an infrastructure that now happens to be the barrier to entry for others. So there was no availability of these bus schedules or pricing online, and all of the operations would be happening paper based. So there would be handwritten registers, there'd be tickets that would be paper, and the guy would write any seat number on it. Today you could buy whatever seat you like. You would know who's the if a female books this ticket, they would know if they're sitting next to a woman, or they could pick any seat they want. They could pick the seat that doesn't have another person sitting next to that. So we made all that happen. But to the answer to your question is that we did this for 6 years. We layered the infrastructure. We made these bus operators come online and integrate the system, educated the market, and we gave them the ticket booth management software for free because that was something they wanted to, cut down pilferage because they are operating at, say, 20 different bus stations or different cities, and they cannot track if all of the money is actually coming to the owner's bank account. So we sort of saw, okay, this is a problem, that if we solve this, they'd be more motivated to work with us and eventually buy in on the idea of selling these tickets online. And so fast forward 6 years, we did that.
So you were making some money, but maybe a little, right?
Just sustaining, and we haven't raised any
surviving.
Money. We haven't raised any money just yet. Fizan is the founder. He's putting his funds savings into it. And we had this belief, the founding team had the belief that it will eventually fly when there are more people with smartphones, which was picking up, when there's 3G, 4G in access of everybody, and
tech-savvy people.
And a lot of transactions happen on phone, which was the case after wallets and banks going and pushing the digital use cases. So 2019 was the year we started seeing momentum, and there were early adopters all the way from 2013, 2014, 2015. There are still customers who've been with us and been using BookMe for 10 years, 11 years. There are customers who have been frequent buyers of their tickets for their loved ones or themselves for 11 years. So after 2019 and essentially COVID, there's no travel. Our business was severely hit
down. Okay,
but that really accelerated the digital adoption on all fronts. There was more food deliveries. There was more transaction would happen on the apps because people won't be able to go to the banks, and that is when people were able to gain the ability to transact online because we've been cashless for 8 years since 2017, and you cannot get anything on cash on delivery. So probably one of the only cases in Pakistan where where cash on delivery is not a transaction medium. So for us, it was really important that people adopt, and we continue to see growth in digital adoption. We have 200,000 plus people sign up every month consistently.